Доброго дня. Бажаєте поговорити?
Okay.
Okay, awesome. So you speak English? A bit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. A bit is fine. Can you maybe I put it here
Yes,
on
okay.
your...
Okay.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll do it. Okay, yeah, it worked.
Yes.
Awesome. What is your name?
Tatyana.
Once again?
Tatyana.
Tatyana. I'm Yaroslav. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
By the way, I'm today with a sign too. This one is from the box. Last time my friend forgot to put it back into the box, so I promised to do it for her. So I'm putting this one into the box, but maybe carry it like this.
Yes, I made this one last evening, because it's my first meeting in Kyiv. Usually I join to the meetings in my hometown in Uman. And
Uman.
Yes.
Awesome. So you do Free Azov and Uman too, right?
Yes, it's not just Free Azov, it's Free Defenders.
Free Defenders,
people who are in captivity. We are standing for them, and that's a compulsory thing to do when you are Ukrainian, for me.
Yeah, for me too. I totally agree with you. It's a responsibility of every Ukrainian, in my opinion. And every conscious Ukrainian understands that. But we also have unconscious Ukrainians, and we need to turn them into conscious Ukrainians.
War will touch everyone, not just Ukrainians. I think it already touched most of Ukrainians, but will touch those unconscious one, and will touch people all over the world if they have not felt it yet.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And so you're originally from Uman, right?
Yes.
I'm from Makiyivka, Donetsk Oblast, so you know.
Yeah.
And lived in Russian occupation, unfortunately, for 4.5 years. Shitty place to live in. Don't recommend.
So you're totally conscious about what consequences does it have? Yeah?
I'm totally conscious. You basically have no rights there in captivity. They can just take you somewhere to the basement at any point, and they may just turn you into, well, either a dead body or a slave, and to torture you for a very long time. Like, do you know the book of Stanislav Aseyev, Izolyatsiya?
Yes.
You know that one. So he perfectly described what is happening to the captives of Russia, and how Russia tortures them, and how they are just being mistreating people for just being Ukrainians and having the Ukrainian identity.
Yes, I totally understand it. And for your subscribers, I can say that they can read very, very good books. 2 books written by Valeria Subotina, Nava from Azovstal. It's Captivity and Azovstal about press in Azovstal, because she was in a press service on Azovstal, and she was in captivity as well. She lost her husband, and her books will touch everyone who will read it.
How is it called once again?
Азовсталь and Captivity. Українською полон і сталева служба Азовсталь. Сталева прес-служба Азовсталь.
Тобто вона написала 2 книги.
Так, they are in English as well.
So Azovstal and Captivity?
Так, полон.
Captivity, okay. That's good to know, because, wow, Nava...
Yes, I have one with me today.
Oh, can you show it?
Yes, it's in my backpack.
If you can reach into your backpack, but probably you will have to...
I will not reach to my backpack,
because you will have to put the flag out from your back. By the way, you've probably heard that Andriy is a Ukrainian defender. Did you know that?
Я безмежно вдячна.
Did you know that before you heard us?
I knew this before you came here, because another journalist asked him, and I said him.
Yeah, he's already pretty famous among journalists, and I think he's getting tired of it, because today he told me I don't want to speak, and I respect that. I was lucky to interview him to actually do the stream, and my community also interviewed Andriy a bit, asked him some questions. Just on Thursday, so a few days ago, we had that stream. I'm grateful to him. I think he can hear that. Thank you, Andrei, once again. And yeah, he is humble, very humble guy. So he doesn't probably like that we talk about him much. So let's talk about the books. So Nava, I know about Nava. I've listened to one of her interviews that she's given to.
Yes, he gave a very great, I'd say, interview to Serhiy Zhadan in Radio Khartia, and I really recommend to watch it or to listen it.
I watched the documentary. It was her and another defender who was in captivity.
Not just another defender, she also, if I remember right, was for some time in captivity with Ptashka.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I watched some particular documentary about her, and there were two, if I'm not mistaken, just two heroes of that documentary. Maybe it's made by Babylon 13. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe.
There is her and another defender who came back from captivity, and they were telling about their feelings about the challenges that they have after that, and how it is sometimes hard. Not sometimes, all the time. I'm sure it's hard to get back to the normal life. You know, this life here in. I want to call it like civil life. Yeah, probably civil life is the best word, because it's not normal
life.
life.
The civil life is really hard for defenders, for people who were in captivity, and we must not just be extremely grateful, but we must understand their problems. We must really understand what their life feels like now.
Tatyana, I wanted to ask you a sudden question that appeared in my head. I, for example, was a Russian speaker originally, and I switched to Ukrainian fully now. I don't want to speak Russian anymore because it's the enemy's language, and it's actually a tool of Russian genocide that they've been committing for centuries now against our people, and really trying to destroy the Ukrainian language with Russian language to replace it, you know. And I want to ask you, were you originally a Ukrainian speaker? How was it in your family?
Yes, I was originally a Ukrainian speaker, and my family stays Ukrainian speaking. All my like relatives, family, friends were Ukrainian speaking. That's breaking another myth about Ukraine, that all the Ukrainians speak Russians. Yeah, I know Russian, unfortunately, but I don't use it at all, and I'll be grateful to totally lose communication in Russian, and, for example, learn some other language.
Yeah, and I'm really happy for you that you were speaking Ukrainian originally.
It doesn't mean that I've always been so conscious about Ukrainian language, about Ukrainian music, Ukrainian culture, being and while I was in a school, it was still many examples of Russian culture going into Ukrainians' minds, and all over this music, all over this trends in internet, and I think that it's really important to still talk, because not all people, not all Ukrainians understand it, and not all of people from all over the world understand what Russian culture brings with
so-called culture, I would say.
So-called, yes. I see trends with Bulgakov and Dostoevsky, and I want to cry.
Yeah, I understand you completely, and you know, I also wanted to pass the comment from Steve saying her English is excellent. Yeah, and I agree with that. Your English is amazing. And there's a question also from Steve saying, "Hey Rick, what does her sign say, please?" So this sign says captivity kills until you're while you're being silent.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm showing it fully. Captivity kills while you're being silent. Yeah, guys. So don't be silent about it. Tell everything about you see and hear here to your relatives, to your friends, to your loved ones, please pass the information, pass the stories that we have here. Does anyone from your family serve in the military?
My father and my boyfriend are both in the military.
Your father and your boyfriend?
Yeah, my father is still in the military. My boyfriend already doesn't have any health to serve in military, unfortunately, but my father still does it.
What? Sorry? The last one? Last thing
my
you said?
father's still in the
Okay,
army.
so your father joined the army in the beginning of the full-scale invasion or before that?
No, in the beginning of the full-scale
In the
invasion.
beginning.
Yes.
So he's a volunteer.
Yes.
Can you tell us the unit that he serves in the brigade, if it's not a secret?
Unfortunately, I should not.
You should
tell
not. Okay,
this,
no
yes,
problem.
yes.
That's okay. I respect that, but sometimes people share it without, like it's not a problem. But what? I want to thank him for his service. Please pass it from me and my community, okay? As a civilian, as an active civilian, I am very grateful, and we all should be. We all should not just also be grateful.
I can just tell him about you, and if you tell me where he can watch it, I will pass it to him.
Just give me a second. I'm trying to use these sensor gloves.
Rick the Ukrainian. Okay,
That's
I'll
me.
remember that.
So why Rick, by the way? Yaroslav is Yarik, and Yarik is Rick. It's simple. It's my real name, yeah. So I just want to also thank your boyfriend for his service. And I want to...
I'll definitely pass that to him.
Please do. From not just from me, from all my community, because people from all over the world, all over the free democratic world, they come here every week, they support, and not just here. I'm doing like 5 streams a week or sometimes 7, and they come to each of them. A lot of them come to each or watch each recording if they miss the stream live, and they are always donating to Ukrainian army. Not all of them have the means to donate. That's okay, that's understandable, but a lot of them do. A lot of them donate whatever they can. Like sometimes it's their last money. I always encourage them to not do that.
I have a lot of respect for those people.
Thank you, guys.
This is a very
we basically like lately we raised in average around $5,000 each week. That's how effective this community is at the moment, and I am grateful to you guys. Thank you very much. We need to keep doing that no matter what, because our soldiers are relying on the equipment that we are getting to them. Our government is capable of providing them with the basics, but some extra like cars, unfortunately, it's something that government still cannot provide or does not. And cars are expendable, guys. Sometimes they last for a few hours there. Like I was just reporting on one of the fundraisers, and we raised funds for 1.5 cars, and by the time they were able to report about half a car to us to like make a thank you video that is usually being made by soldiers, it was destroyed, and they got the footage of it being lying there on the front line, like on the abandoned, because they could not pick it up, because that's where the enemy is pretty close to that place. So but the drone footage, so I reported for that truck with the drone footage of it being destroyed. Sometimes that happens, and that's understandable. I want to ask also if your boyfriend had an injury, and I hope not.
He had not, but
he lost his health there.
Yes,
that's understandable. You know, I always I talk to soldiers a lot, and I just always get those messages from them that they, unfortunately, just by serving, by the service, not without injuries, they lose their health. They start
because
getting
of stress, because of winters, extremely cold winters, which are not that. We don't feel it laying in our beds in our cities, but they are extremely cold when you're laying just on the ground.
Yeah, and
this constant shelling.
Also, the how do you call that? The sleep regime or sleep schedule is totally fucked up.
Deprivation, yes.
And deprivation of sleep usually destroys our body, like physically. Our cells are getting. I don't know how to call it properly. Not like they're dying, but we have some chemical changes in our
Yes.
body due to
And those
the
are
deprivation of
consequences
sleep.
for the rest of our lives, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not how do you call that? Not healable, or something like that. What? Also, another question. What do you do?
I'm a student of Kyiv Polytechnic Institute, and currently I'm in Kyiv because I'm a student, not in my hometown. By the way, have you ever been to meetings in other cities?
No, not yet. I'm actually not. I'm mostly sticking to Kyiv for probably obvious reasons. I don't know. I still don't have my status sorted. It's how do you call that in English? Na obliku. So I do everything in Kyiv and not going there much. But once I have that one sorted, I will get to some other cities 100% too. To be honest, I am always open about it. I don't have the guts to join the army, but I decided that I will find all the other ways to support the army and support my country. Also, with these streams, we are fighting propaganda with these streams a bit. They're not being watched by thousands of people, but
that's an important job.
Yeah, but by hundreds, and that's still always like every Free Azov stream gives us a few subscribers, and some people are discovering, and they are being like, wow, I didn't know about that, and that's really cool. So we still have we still have some progress in that. Rick, Steve Sane is asking, what is she studying? That's a good question. What are you studying?
I'm studying social work.
Social work, okay.
Yes, that's close to psychology, and I think that I will continue study social work and psychology, especially military psychology, because that's very important right now.
Yeah, I agree that it's very important, and we will have a huge challenge for our nation in the future, and we already have it now, but in the future it will be even more visible with PTSD and with actually treating it, because PTSD, there are methods right now to treat it, to actually give some relief to soldiers.
There are just not enough psychologists and
yes, and not enough actually real professionals, because I've heard, like, I met a veteran who lost his two arms, one arm and one how do you call this part of the arm, half of his palm. He also lost his leg. There's a crazy damage. He was in Krynki. He is from Marines, and he was in Krynki, and FPV drone hit him, and he was badly injured, like multiple injuries, different ones. He's still so inspiring and energetic, and he started a business. He opened a coffee shop. I'm about to interview him soon, looking forward to it so much, and really, like, it's an advertisement of the future stream. Probably gonna happen next week, but I'm not sure yet. We need to I wanted to tell you that this guy told me that 5 psychologists, so-called psychologists, I need to put quotations there, who offered their help to him. It should not ever happen like this. First of all, psychologists should never contact their clients. Clients need to come to psychologists, because it's about motivation, about the will to really work on that and have the motivation to be able to help yourself and get the help. He said those were terrible. One of them started crying and saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry for you. It is the worst thing that psychologists." Come on, no psychologist could do that.
I always say that I'm not sorry to the people who've been to captivity or saw all the worst they can saw on the battleground. I can just say that these are incredibly strong people.
Yeah,
and
they are.
We just should be grateful for them and not be sorry.
And we actually need to treat them as equals. We should never, like...
First of all, they're people, they're humans.
Exactly, and we should never treat differently. I mean, I discovered that from veterans themselves and from professional psychologists. They need to be treated like they are not injured. For example, if they're missing legs or arms, we should treat
yes.
them like they have them, and we should encourage them to learn some things. We should not be too how do you feel the word? I'm trying to find the translation for that word.
We don't have enough inclusivity in our society. That's a huge problem.
We don't.
And this inclusivity, it's not all over about infrastructure at all. It's about infrastructure too, but that's not only about it.
Yes.
That's in our minds. We should give all the people like same and have from them same expectations.
Yes,
and
exactly.
don't rely on.
We need to
pass.
The problem is people. Our society needs to learn a lot to just be communicating to veterans properly, especially to wounded veterans. We need to start. We need to learn to become considerate. We need to learn to become understanding, and we need to learn to adjust. Not to become to adjust. We need to learn to adjust to the needs and to the limitations they have, and we need to transform our society, for fuck's sake. Like I am. I'm already doing that myself, and for example, we're doing the coffee shop streams on Podil in a place called Coffee Records, and when we come there, we usually like young people are working as baristas there, and they like to clap. Like when they meet each other, they are doing like hey, very loud claps. And I usually, lately I'm streaming with veterans there, and my friend Roman Trochimets from the 3rd Assault Brigade, he unfortunately has multiple contusions, Akobora traumas, and those loud noises make his head in an hour or two, make it hurt a lot, and he may not even be able to, talk sometimes and understand what is happening.
I say that's a problem of Ukrainian society, like more global. We should give more respect each other.
Yeah, but small things like this, and I ask them, guys, don't clap, please, because this is a veteran. He has some brain injury, and it's very hard for him to stand that, and they keep doing it while he's there. They just don't like to be considerate and don't like to be respectful.
Not everybody understands it. Not everybody understands what truly is a head injury, and that it's not. You cannot recognize some injuries.
You don't see them. Like amputated leg or arm, you can see that injury, but when it's a brain damage and contusion and Akobora trauma is a very widespread injury among soldiers, and I think even like. That's almost every soldier will have that one. And people are once again, Steve Sane is asking once again, what is her name?
My name is Tatyana.
Tatyana, yes, I already, by the way, spelled that. Maybe Steve joined after that. Johnny Nedregard, thank you very much for those 22 Norwegian krona, that 22 Norwegian krona. Super
thank
chat,
you,
good
Johnny.
morning, rollers. Slava Ukraini, Heroям slava. Rick, invite her, please. I can invite you also to one of those streams if you like. But you live in Kyiv currently?
Yeah.
By the way, what year of university you're on?
I'm third year.
Third year, okay. I remember those times. Third year in university, I was in Donetsk studying there. That was such a prospering city, very developed. Back then, just the same as Kyiv, maybe even better in some aspects. We had so much there.
Huge population, and in industry, it was a huge industrial city.
It was, yeah. Unfortunately, Russians made it a ghost city. Not with people, like people still exist there. It's not life. It may be alive for those who are Russians, who are siding Russians and being being traitors of Ukraine and being ministers and all of those corrupt people who are usually among the government of those so-called republics, they might be, but people like normal people whose rights are constantly restricted and constantly violated, they cannot have life there. They only have existence. Hello, Philip Howard, fundraiser for surgery for Oles from 28th Brigade. Please donate to Rick's PayPal based on Donatello. Yeah, please, guys, do that. We have one soldier, Oles. He lost 3 fingers due to FPV drone strike, but he was lucky to survive. His brother-in-arm was killed, one of 3 of them, and the other one had huge burns. So I'm all in it. Like I deal with injuries among my friends and acquaintances lately a lot, and I am okay with that. I like to face it because that's the reality we have right now. I'm not sad about it. I just am trying to help them somehow and help this society to, adjust to the needs of the veterans. So, Tatyana, would you like to be a guest on my stream someday?
Okay, yeah.
We can talk about the same we're talking here right now, and we have something to talk about.
If
you see,
it will be interesting for your subscribers.
Yeah, I think it will be. We like to hear the stories of all the country's Ukrainians. They could be soldiers, they could be veterans, they could be just volunteers, just active members of our society. It's all valuable, believe me. And people who tell us, like, they start the conversation with me here on these rallies when I approach people who I don't know. They tell us, I have nothing to tell, actually. And it appears that usually those people have a lot to tell, and they have some crazy stories to share. You didn't share the crazy stories with me yet, but you're very interesting interlocutor, and I see that you're conscious.
I sure you should show this.
What's happening there? The car. That car, right?
The car had stopped.
Yeah, the car was stuck. Because it's a Soviet car, it's Zhiguli.
Obviously.
Yeah, and what does it say? Sil.
Artem Sil from Bakhmut.
Yeah. Bakhmut and also Soledar. They had some mines there. Oh my god. Can you please put your contact here on Telegram if it's okay for you? And maybe also your name up there after. Thank you. So guys, I don't know. I just want to say that, oh shit, my back hurts a bit because of this sign, and I need to really put it back into the box. Where are the heroes of Azov? They are in captivity, and some of the heroes of Azov are actually already back from captivity. Some of them are fighting on the front line.
Yes, I put it in English. My fingers are freezed.
Can you also put your name, Tatyana, after this?
I have made it. First name.
Okay, sorry, I was looking in the second. Can you press that? Can you send a random sticker that it, or just say something there? Thank you, Tatyana. Thank you very much. Plus, that's great. Okay, so I want to maybe pass some questions. Oh my god, this sensor fingers, they work only half time. Greetings from USA. Rick needs to go to the box, otherwise he's taking the sign home again. I may do that. Yeah, we have some trolls time to time here on these streams, because when they are vertical, people can find the stream randomly in the shorts like this, but they're being blocked instantly by our amazing moderators. Thank you, mods, for all your work. You see, like, blocked after putting Russian flag immediately there.
That's what must be done in all over the world, with Russian flag and all the Russians.
Yeah, we should, burn their flags, ideally.
Destroy,
also in Moscow.
In every way.
I see some dogs there with the signs. It's really cool to see them.
It's actually snowing now, guys.
Yeah, it's snowing. Could you see the snow, by the way, guys? I wonder. It's a small snow, like you cannot see it much. By the way, guys, I want to thank What the Quack, funny name, for 5 gifted memberships. And also people who were buying super chats, they're like Brian Supra, $1, and before that also by Brian Supra. Thank you guys. GG what the whack. Love the channel, keep up the amazing work. Thank you very much, Brian. Слава Україні, героям слава, what the quack.
Героям слава.
So I will message you in a few days.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for talking to me, Tatyana. It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you and your subscribers for this conversation.
Thank you. And I also wanted to do something. Just give me a second. What I want to do? I want to take the microphone. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not in the best shape today. I did not have enough sleep. I need to go and try to talk to...
Now it's more like a snow.
Yeah, you can see more snow now, guys. Look at this. You can see it, yeah. You can see it on the camera. Look. There is some snow, guys. It's like a small grad, right? The frozen rain. Yes, the frozen rain. Okay, Tatyana, once again, I can offer you a hug if you're a hugger before I go.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for standing for our captives. Sorry for hitting you with my shoulder.
It's okay. It's
That
okay
happens. Thank you. And I need to find some soldiers here.
Oh, I like the flag on your
Yeah,
head.
thank you. That's my home. I really want to come back to it when it's gonna be deoccupied. No, thank you. It's nice to meet you. See you. Yeah, see you around next time probably. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, leave any comment under it, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. You can also join us on Rig the Ukrainian here for more streams and videos like this. A link to the stream this clip was taken from will appear in the end of this video. Thank you, and live long and prosper.